and disorienting that can be. I mean, you probably got a friend who had one set of views on key issues a few years ago and has an entirely different set of views today and is announcing them angrily and publicly, and probably a few years from now will change his mind again. Or you've got that friend who betrayed you and it wounded you deeply. Or maybe there's a family member or somebody close to you who followed Jesus who just isn't following Jesus anymore. And the world can be a very disappointing place. And it's in a context very similar to ours that Isaiah, the prophet, steps before the people of God and announces in Isaiah 40, verse 8, "The grass withers and the flowers fade, but the word of our God stands forever." And the context of Isaiah's pronouncement is so important. He is saying that chapter 40 opens decades after the people of Israel have been put into exile. They were conquered by the Assyrians. They ended up in Babylon, and they can't go to temples. So the first 39 chapters of Isaiah, the people of God are at home. They can worship. And now they're in a foreign land, and they don't know whether they can trust God anymore. And Isaiah says, yes, you can, because empires wither and cultures fade, but the word of our God stands forever. And that's a word of hope for you, and that's a word of hope for me, because in the midst of a constantly changing world, the one thing we can count on is Jesus, the word of God. It stands, he stands forever.